know what? You're under investigation. Do I have any recourse?
Were you fired?
No, not yet.
The problem, Eddie, is they can fire you for any reason they want. They literally can wake up in the morning and say, you know what? I'm a little bored this morning. I'll tell you what I'm going to do. I'm going to fire Eddie for no reason. Yep, he can do that.
Yeah,
That's California. Yep, welcome.
Handle on the Law. If you're injured and need a lawyer, go to handleonthelaw.com.
There's danger out there. It lurks on highways and quiet neighborhood streets. It's more likely to kill you than a shark, and more terrifying than the biggest snake. Distracted driving claims lives every day. Every notification, swipe, social post, video, or selfie while driving risks your life. So while you might think public speaking or the zombie apocalypse is scary, what's really terrifying and even deadly is distracted driving. Eyes forward. Don't drive distracted. Brought to you by NHTSA and the Ad Council.
Ladies and gentlemen, step on inside. It's Big Top Sports, your thrilling ride. From the Chicagoland to lands afar. With Derrick Geyer, your sports czar. The game's the place from field to rink. Hot debates, fast takes, no time to blink. The Windy City roar, the fans ignite. Your circus of sports under radio light. Big Time Sports, feel the roar. Where the wild games come to score. Geyer guiding the sports band from the heart of Chicagoland.
And welcome into Big Top Sports here on WRMN 1410 AM with yours truly, Derrick Geyer. And basically my description that I'm going to use for today's show is it is a mishmash, whatever, sports Tuesday. And I'm just going to let the squirrels in my brain here run wild. I will have some thoughts. I mean, I've always got some thoughts. But, if you want to tune in, go to youtube.com at WRMN Radio, or you want to call in and talk about, some of the subject matter that I'm going to be talking about. Call in at 847-931-1410. That's 847-931-1410. Or text in at 505-926-1410. So, what y'all want to talk about? Well, the first thing that I'm going to kick this show off with is yesterday's Monday Night Football game. And I mean, it hasn't really changed the playoff picture much, considering the fact that the Eagles lost, the Chargers won, and the Bears are still in 7th place and in the wild card hunt, if you will. But it was quite the interesting will you say game, if you will, where it seemed at one point in time that neither the Los Angeles Chargers or the Philadelphia Eagles wanted to win the game, which is why the score was 22-19 at the end of overtime. And but something transpired in yesterday's game that hasn't happened in quite some time. And with that being said, it was the fact that Jalen Hurts not only threw an interception, but he also fumbled the ball on the very same play. So what happened was Jalen Hurts threw a pass. The defender picked it. Jalen Hurts of the Philadelphia Eagles threw an interception to Deshaun Hand, who fumbled the ball on the play. Hurts recovered it and then fumbled it again. And this is the first time since 1978 a player committed 2 turnovers on one play. So it's been a while since that has happened. If I'm going to do my math right, 49. So 47 years since that was the last time that has happened. And that is according to the Elias Sports Bureau. Also, the other thing that, I kind of get a chuckle out of is the fact that not only did Jalen Hurts do that, but he basically accounted for all 5 of Philadelphia, or the Eagles, turnovers last night. Yep, he threw 4 picks. Threw 4 picks in that game. He also fumbled the ball that one time. And so if you are fantasy football owner of Jalen Hurts, that had to be one hell of a tough pill to swallow. And I think I heard one of the someone that was doing fantasy football, it was like, yep, I won because of Jalen Hurts. Well, what do you mean you won? You won your fantasy football matchup because of Jalen Hurts. Well, that's because the guy that I was going up against, he had Jalen Hurts. So therefore, I won. So congratulations to all of you out there that were going up against Jalen Hurts. And so I mean, if it's just, funny stuff, right? Well, I find it funny. I mean, I find it funny. What I don't find funny, but I mean, this is the way that the NFL does things. Well, now you have the Eagles. They're 8-5, but they're still in first in the NFC East. They're still in first in the NFC East with an 8-5 record. The Buccaneers are in 4th, but they are also in first place in the NFC South. The Buccaneers have a 7-6 record. The Seattle Seahawks, and I believe I might have mentioned this yesterday. They come in as the 5th seed with a 10-3 record. That's only because they've lost a couple of games to the Los Angeles Rams, who are on top of the NFC North. I did it again. NFC Conference with a 10-3 record. And then the third team from the NFC West is the San Francisco 49ers. So the Bears are going to be playing the Cleveland Browns a week from this upcoming Sunday. They will be playing the Green Bay Woodpeckers. And then the following week, they will be playing the San Francisco 49ers. It's going to be an interesting gauntlet, to say the least, for the Chicago Bears going forward. But at this moment in time, I mean, I could only imagine, and I kind of heard snippets and everything while I was, cleaning up around the house, because I had the sports, channel on. And my goodness, I thought, and I guess I could kind of lump myself in on this. Hey, what's up, Misters? What's up, Soto family? How you doing? Thank you for tuning in. I appreciate it. And you could also, weigh in on the conversation if you want to look at my lovely face on the tube of views at WRMN Radio. But as I was, cleaning up around the house or doing chores around the house, and it was just funny because the reaction of Philadelphia Eagles fans, or the commentators, or the sports pundits, if you will, sports radio hosts, man, oh man, did they absolutely light up the Eagles, just for the simple fact that, well, I don't know, you go ahead and you win a Super Bowl, right? You get the Super Bowl. but it's never, ever good enough, right? Because, well, it's not what you've done for me. It's what you've done for me lately. They want, hey, Hector, sorry about that. And it's just, and I get it. But once you get a taste, you want more. You become greedy. I do remember this being an argument that Elliot, the L Train Serrano of the WRMN morning show, posed to me maybe about a month or so back when we were talking sports. You know, it's like, well, you're greedy. You got your championship. What more do you want? Well, I want another one, and another one, and another one. And considering the fact that we are coming, and we as a collective Chicago Bears fans are coming from a place where we haven't really seen much success, at least since 2018 or thereabouts with Matt Nagy or whatever. I'm still trying to block all these recent years out. It's just been such a kick in the groin. But yeah, and I could liken it to the 2016 World Series champion Chicago Cubs. Just for the simple fact that, oh my God, we finally did it. We broke the curse. 108 years down the drain. Well, not really down the drain, but 108 years of basic futility. Finally get it, right? And then 17 comes. 18 comes. Disband the team comes. And now it's 2025. And it's 9 years removed. And for the love of God, I can't believe it's already going to be 10 years since the only championship that, you know, the Chicago Cubs have seen in the last 108 years. So I get it. You become greedy. However, it's like, or for me, it is, well, yes, I did experience it. That's cool. Okay. 2017, yeah, back in the playoffs, got ousted, but yet they still made it back to the playoffs. However, now I want a little bit more. I don't want a little bit more. I want it all. So I guess I'm just as greedy for another championship, whether it be from the Chicago Cubs, the Chicago White Sox, the Chicago Blackhawks, the Bulls, the Bears, the Blackhawks, whatever. Give me another championship so I could feel good about my sports fandom. That's it. That's all I want. It's not too much to ask, right? I mean, except you got dumpster fires, you know, as far as the Chicago Bulls are concerned. Sure as hell looked like a promising season in the very beginning when they went 6-1 in the first 7 games. Now forget about it. You know, now they are also part of the walking wounded as well. But then, you know, it was also looking good for the Chicago Blackhawks. And what do they do over the course of the last 2 games? 13 goals allowed, only scored 1. Not too good. Not too good in the least. But, yeah, I think I'm going to have a little fun on the other side talking about the bowl matchups, or actually the college football playoffs. And what team is not in there? I know I'm a little late to the party, but yesterday it was all about the Chicago Bears losing to the Green Bay Woodpeckers. So I'm going to catch up a little bit on that and have a little bit of fun. That's right. I'm going to have a little bit of fun because I know there are a lot of Notre Dame fans out there that are just absolutely PO'd about it. So if you want to call in, the number is 847-931-1410. That's 847-931-1410. I'll be back on the other side.
If you turned 65 recently like me, It's important you find a Medicare Advantage plan that gives you the coverage you're looking for. But finding one can be difficult. The best thing I did, and I suggest you do the same, is call a licensed insurance agent and let them walk you through your Medicare Advantage plan options. There are so many benefits you have access to, so make the call now and let the representatives explain everything to you. Our licensed insurance agents can offer you a variety of Medicare Advantage plans. Plus, the call is free, the information is free, and there's no obligation to enroll. We're here to make it easy for you to select a Medicare Advantage plan that may work for your needs. Finding a Medicare Advantage plan can be easy if you do what I did. Make a quick call right now to learn more. Thank you.
800-433-3082. 800-433-3082. 800-433-3082. That's 800-433-3082.
Ready to tackle your junk piles? Call the Junk Luggers. From old furniture to entire cleanouts, we do the heavy lifting. And here's the best part. We rehome and recycle as much as possible to keep it all out of landfills. Feel good about your cleanout the green way. Call 1-800-LUG-JUNK or visit junkluggers.com today for your eco-friendly, stress-free service.
This is Sarah Silver on the Talk of the Town WRMN. National news at the top of every hour and local news and weather at the bottom. Find more information about programming and current events at WRMN1410.com. News, weather, and entertainment across the Fox River Valley here on WRMN 1410 AM, the Talk of the Town.
When I was in foster care, I never knew when I would have to move, so I always had my suitcase ready to go. Then one day, I was adopted. My new parents opened their hearts and home to me. My parents cook my favorite breakfast for me every morning. My parents take me on trips I never thought I would go on. They gave me a home and an even better reason to use that suitcase. My parents aren't perfect, but they're perfect for me.
Finding a reputable business shouldn't require luck or chance. But how can you tell who you can trust? Pro tip, the BBB connects people with businesses they can trust. So think of the BBB as the better, check with the BBB first, because better businesses are honest and commit to high ethical standards bureau. That's why they're better. Always look for the sign of a better business and find a better business anytime at bbb.org.
Welcome back in, I should say, to Big Top Sports with yours truly, Derrick Geyer, on WRMN 1410 AM. Woo-wee. So, looks like the Fighting Irish come up a little bit short as far as making it into the college football playoffs. Wah, 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 wah. Oh, well, too bad, so sad. Okay, to be completely and totally honest with y'all out there, I understand that Notre Dame has a nationwide following. You know, anywhere you go in the United States, probably abroad too, whatever, you know, Notre Dame is going to have a big time following, right? No, it's just the way that it is. And the reason why I am laughing about it is because, and I'm laughing and I'm also kind of a little upset about the reaction that Notre Dame has or had. And I get it and I understand it. but it's also very selfish as far as like the university and everything goes as well. First off, the Notre Dame Fighting Irish are not in any particular conference, right? They're not. However, they have like a majority of their other teams that are actually in the Atlantic Coast Conference, or also known as the ACC. So with that being said, they've got teams in the ACC, you know, basketball, baseball, soccer, tennis, volleyball, hockey, okay, well, Big Ten Conference, men's hockey. But with that being said, Notre Dame took it as an affront to not make it into the football playoffs. I mean, nothing new, right? I mean, this is old news. Selection happened on Sunday. And as I said, I'm a little late to the party. But also, when they were offered to go to a bowl game, they said, forget you. This is going to interrupt or I'm paraphrasing here, but this is going to hurt the relationship that Notre Dame has with the ACC. And they took it as an affront because they have so many other schools that are actually in the ACC. Now, with that being said, I mean, none of their other teams, with maybe the exception of basketball, maybe hockey, are as big of a draw. I mean, it's a no-brainer. Football rules all in the United States, and anywhere or any game that Notre Dame plays that is on any network is going to have a huge following. So Notre Dame doesn't want to go ahead and reap the boon, if you will, of playing for or playing on ESPN in a bowl game because, well, you basically took away our money for being able to compete in it. And I understand that some of the teams that got in aren't nearly on the level of Notre Dame. I get it. I understand that. And yes, listeners on the Tube of Views, college football is all jacked up. I believe I was saying this last week. You know, you can allow coaches to leave, but then you put players in a 30-day bind. I just don't understand that. I won't understand that. But, and still, as far as Notre Dame is concerned, they're taking their football and they are going home. And they're probably praying over it, but whatever. That's fine. But the reason why they don't want to play this game is because they say it's an exhibition. Okay. I could kind of see that because it's not for the national championship, right? But then there's also the millions and millions of dollars that they kind of lost out on. So, you know, they're kind of giving the proverbial finger to those in charge. But at the same time, you're kind of screwing over your own players. Nothing new as far as college football is concerned. Nothing new as far as big-time universities are concerned, right? Because what you do for me, well, you should do for me. And if you don't do it, I'm going to take my football and I am going to go home. You're currently listening to Big Top Sports with yours truly, Derrick Geyer, on WRMN 1410.
I'm Trey Westerberg on 1410 WRMN Elgin, proudly serving the Fox River Valley. This update brought to you by Progressive. Batavia city officials have opened a temporary warming center at the police station of North Island Avenue in response to the extreme cold advisory. The center, open until noon, is available to elderly residents, families with young children, and others at higher risk from freezing temperatures. Officials caution that the center does not offer sleeping, hygiene, or food storage facilities. Visitors should also check in via the vestibule phone. Residents are also being urged to exercise caution outdoors, especially those with health conditions or mobility challenges, as dangerously cold weather continues across the area. Starting January 1st, hundreds of new Illinois laws will take effect, many impacting health and wellness. Insurance companies will now be required to cover brand name drugs when generics are unavailable, menopause health visits, infertility treatments, colonoscopies, and advanced breast imaging. Elgin will hold its second public meeting on the Accessible Streets and Sidewalks Plan Thursday, December 11th from 5:30 to 7 p.m. at the center of Elgin, 100 Symphony Way. Residents can review proposed projects, provide feedback on priority routes, and help shape the city's plan to improve accessibility. A survey is also open through Christmas online. A historic house in downtown Plainfield will be transformed into a bed and breakfast style property for guests of sanctuary events. The village board unanimously approved the special use permit for the 1841 manor at 24044 West Main Street. Rentals will be limited to parties attending events at sanctuary, with one group of up to 10 guests allowed at a time. The first floor will feature a king bedroom and bathroom, while the second floor will have 4 bedrooms and 1 bathroom. Staff will include a property manager, housekeeping, and a guest experience coordinator. Owners say the manor will complement their event venue and hope to pursue landmark designation in the future. I'm Trey Westerberg on 1410 WRMN Elgin, proudly serving the Fox River Valley.
With Fidelity Wealth Management, a dedicated advisor gets to know you and your goals to build a comprehensive plan to help grow and protect your wealth. Backed by a team of specialists, they'll analyze all your accounts, even the ones they don't manage, to keep an eye on taxes and provide proactive portfolio insights that can help you unlock your wealth's full potential. Learn more at fidelity.com/wealth. Investment minimums apply. Fidelity Brokerage Services, LLC. Member NYSE SIPC.
Thanks to Total Wine, you saved more on all the gifts for the ones you adore. Wines and beers all nestled on shelves. Got some advice from our helpful elves. Oh, so many gifts to explore when you go to Total Wine and More. Bottles so delightful, whoa. Price so amazingly low.
With the lowest prices for over 30 years, you'll always find what you love and love what you find. Only at Total Wine and More.
Drink responsibly, B21.
At Britain's Touchless Car Wash, they know life gets busy. That's why they're here 24/7 to keep your car looking spotless, fast, and easy. Their advanced brush-free wash technology delivers a sparkling clean without a single scratch, because they treat your car like it's their own. Here's the best part. Right now, you can get a free car wash just for joining their text club. It's simple. Just text BRITT to 30400, and your first wash is on them. Britain's Touchless Car Wash has 2 convenient locations, 1923 Larkin Avenue in Elgin and 555 Willow in West Dundee. They're proud to keep your car clean while giving back to our community. Text BRITT to 30400. That's BRITT to 30400. Now for your free car wash, and see why Britain's Touchless Car Wash is the fast, gentle, and reliable choice.
This is Sarah Silver with your Fox Valley forecast, brought to you by Hot Hands, America's favorite hand warmers. Tonight, rain before 4 a.m., then a chance of snow between 4 a.m. and 5 a.m., then rain and snow likely. Cloudy with a low around 30. Gusty winds up to 35 miles per hour. Looking ahead to Wednesday, snow with mostly cloudy skies and a high near 32. Currently, it is 33 degrees and overcast. I'm Sarah Silver on the Talk of the Town, WRMN.
The holidays are back at Starbucks, so share the season with a peppermint mocha. Starbucks signature espresso, velvety mocha, and cool peppermint notes, topped with whipped cream and dark chocolate curls. Together is the best place to be at Starbucks.
Find what you love and love what you find at Total Wine and More. There's so much waiting for you.
With the lowest prices for over 30 years, find what you love only at Total Wine and More. Drink responsibly, B21.
Ladies and sports, your thrilling ride. Big time sports, feel the roar. Where the wild games come to score. Geyer guiding the sports band from the heart of Chicagoland. Football frenzy and hoops so high. Baseball swinging as seasons fly. Hockey blades cutting swift and true. Sports carousel spinning just for you. Big time sports, feel the roar. Where the wild games come to score. Geyer guiding the sports band from the heart of Chicagoland.
And welcome back into Big Top Sports here on WRMN 1410 AM. With yours truly, Derrick Geyer. And, you know, I'm talking about the college football playoffs right now. And one of the other things that, you know, is kind of hypocritical or kind of not, you know, depending on how you really want to look at it. So with Notre Dame having no association, no affiliation, the football program that is, no Pac-10, Pac-12, whatever the hell you want to call it, no, Big 12, ACC, whatever, because they're their own entity. They're their own island, if you will. So with that being said, there is no conference that can go ahead and fine Notre Dame for missing out on a potential bowl matchup. Because you get a bowl bid, you're expected to go in because you earn the money, and that money that you earn for the conference gets divvied up amongst, the conference. How many teams are in that particular conference, right? But two other teams, and the reason why I brought up the Big 12 was because this is revolving around the Big 12. So with the coaching departures, well, most notably from, coaching transitions, if you will, Iowa State and Kansas State cited new coaching staffs and player uncertainty as reasons to skip a bowl game, focusing on player welfare and development over potentially mismatched bowl games. And what was the recourse? Well, the Big 12 ended up fining both Iowa State and Kansas State $500,000 each for opting out due to the coaching changes, as conferences have contractual obligations to bowl partners. But teams like Notre Dame also opted out for a different reason, because they were snubbed. Oh, I snubbed my toe! Oh, I snubbed my toe, so I'm going to take my football and I'm going to go home. Doesn't really seem fair, right? But with that being said, Notre Dame isn't in any particular conference. They are in their own conference. They're their own entity, I should say. Notre Dame football is all about Notre Dame football. Period. Point blank. End of statement. New paragraph. New book. So, yeah. It just doesn't really... It's a broken system. I'm not exactly sure about like the rest of NCAA, and the only other real sport that I can, well, two sports, but that seems to be where there seems to be like some consternation about making it into it. You know, March Madness, NCAA basketball. I mean, that's been going on forever as well. And it's also a $1 billion tournament, because that's basically how much revenue the NCAA gets. Same thing with, you know, the college football playoffs. That's how much the NCAA gets. So money, 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 money. It's just, and the coaching departures, new coaching staffs, if you will, and then I would have died on the hill for player safety, if you will, because if you're talking about, you know, you are like, I don't know, Alaskan State going up against Ohio State or something. And I don't even know if there's an Alaskan State, but, you know, bear with me. This is a hypothetical, you know, scenario here, you know, where Ohio State, I mean, because they would be they wouldn't be playing, you know, Alaskan State or whatever my fictitious college is. But where you are going to have a powerhouse in Ohio State going up against Alaskan State, and where potentially your kids are going to get killed, or not killed, but hurt, that's the hill that I could see dying on. And the other thing of the matter is like, well, the NCAA or the Big 12 or the ACC or the SEC or the FBI or the CID or the whatever alphabet that is under the umbrella of NCAA football need to readjust their thinking. Oh, yeah, sure, they're going to go ahead and they're going to adjust it to where it's like 12. Well, it is 12 teams. But 16 teams. Oh, hell, why don't we make it 32 teams? Oh, hell, why don't we make it 64? I mean, you already seen that trend with the, you know, NCAA basketball. But apparently there's, you know, this clause that somehow Notre Dame, but no one else has gotten. So if Notre Dame finishes better or in the top 12 in the football rankings, if you will, they will be greased right into that college football playoff. Yeah, sure, that makes absolutely no smurfing sense. Absolutely none. Oh, but it does, Derek. It makes complete and total sense. Because Notre Dame brings eyeballs to the telly. They bring ratings. And they bring the money. And as I've said, and if you don't already know, it is all about the money. I mean, Jerry Maguire, you know, when he was taking care of his client, show me the money. And that's exactly what they are banking on with Notre Dame. But shame on you, Notre Dame, for taking your football and going home and screwing over your senior class. Hell, screwing over your entire football team, players-wise, and all the support staff that goes in with it. Because, I don't know, and here, let me look this up because, hey, Pop-Tarts Bowl. That wouldn't be a bad thing. Shouldn't have been a bad thing. Where's the Pop-Tarts Bowl at? Oh, geez. Orlando, December 27th, 2025, 3:30 p.m. Eastern Time. You're telling me that you couldn't have gone there and you couldn't have, given your kids a little bit of a vacation? Their season's over and done with. I understand it's not it would be a working vacation, if you will, but still, it's South Bend, Indiana. Where is BYU from? Let me look it up. Where is BYU? Well, actually, it doesn't matter because BYU is still going to be playing. Brigham Young University. So, but now it's going to be Georgia Tech taking on BYU. Okay, whatever. But still, I'm calling Bull Smurf on Notre Dame. I'm calling Bull Smurf on their athletic director. But hey, whatever. It's all about Notre Dame. It's all about dollar bills, y'all. And that's all I got to say about that. Hey, I'm going to be getting into baseball on the other side of this break. You are currently listening to Big Top Sports with yours truly, Derrick Geyer, on WRMN 1410 AM. Back in a bit.
Welcome to downtown Elgin, where businesses, community, and creativity come together. The Downtown Neighborhood Association provides valuable, complimentary services to all downtown businesses, organizations, property owners, and residents, helping you gain exposure and thrive. Whether you're already part of the district or exploring a new downtown location, DNA is here to help your vision grow. Join us in creating a vibrant, connected, and successful downtown Elgin. Call now 847-488-1456, or you can email info@downtownelgin.com. Ask for Jennifer Facala. Downtown Neighborhood Association, where the heart of business beats strong.
Are you prepared for an emergency or disaster? Because it's not a matter of if, but when. Don't find yourself saying,
I'll trust water bottles and a flashlight to save the day, but I'll be proved wrong.
With a tornado approaching, I'll realize that I lack a wheelchair-accessible shelter.
When the floodwaters rise, I'll be up in the attic with 20 cans of beans. It's a recipe for disaster.
Let's prepare so we all have a better story to tell. Get started at ready.gov/older adults. Brought to you by FEMA and the Ad Council.
Oh, how's that flu, babe? Did you take DayQuil Intense Flu yet?
Nah, I got this. Ugh, okay, I don't got this.
You stay on the couch, and I'll grab the DayQuil.
Undo your flu symptoms with DayQuil Intense Flu. DayQuil Intense Flu provides powerful relief of your flu symptoms.
I'm ready for that to-do list.
Wow, you do got this.
DayQuil Intense Flu. The daytime coughing, aching, fever, under your flu, medicine. Use as directed, keep out of reach of children.
Hi there, Tammy Scully here from Talk Time with Tammy and Friends. Join me and my sidekicks Nancy and Becky for valuable lifestyle tips and unique views and insights on interesting topics and everyday situations, providing nonstop fun and chuckles for all. Get the scoop on consumer news, deep dive on current events, and learn about the newest economic trends. From exercise and gardening to music, travel, recipes, sports, pets, real estate, media, and everything in between. And it's all sprinkled with a healthy helping of bad dad jokes and interesting fun facts to boot. Tune in Mondays through Thursdays from 2 to 4 p.m. for a little fun, frolic, and infotainment. Join us, won't you?
And welcome back into Big Top Sports here on WRMN 1410 AM with yours truly, Derrick Geyer. And, if you didn't already know, this thing called the Savannah Bananas. Man, banana ball, baby. That is right. Jesse, president, owner of the Savannah Bananas. They've already got their tour going on, or not tour going on. They released the play dates and everything or the schedule, I should say, for the Savannah Bananas. And in doing so, I was looking up prices for when they were actually going to be in Chicago and playing at one of the best ballparks in the world. My humble opinion, of course. Wrigley Field. Some Southside fans might... some Southside fans may agree to disagree, if you will. But I've already seen some potential prices, if you will, and venues and the raffle and all that fun stuff. And already the tickets for when they are at Wrigley Field. I mean, you're talking, okay, so if you are a Savannah Banana fan and you weren't able to get on the Banana Mania, the Banana Madness, take this banana and put it in your stovepipe, I guess, and smoke it, you knew, or how much of a fun time this is and how unique and how much of a fast-paced, entertaining environment it all is, right? But with that being said, for the date, see, here I am. I'm actually on the SavannahBananas.com/schedule, and they have the days, so Saturday, July 25th, so for the weekend of Friday, July 24th through July 25th, or 6th, July 26th, 24th through the 26th, I can read. The Savannah Bananas are going to be taking on the Firefighters. Now, if you were to go on the secondary market for these tickets, because there was a raffle, there was a lottery for it. I mean, and if you don't already know, that was weird. If you don't already know, they sell out. The bananas sell out. They've been selling out. Hell, they sold out Raymond James Stadium last year. And for those of you that don't know, that is where the Tampa Bay Buccaneers play. 80,000 people, or somewhere around that neighborhood. And just to biggest crowd for a bananas game. And that is, holy hell. Okay. So the biggest single game crowd for the Bananas, Savannah Bananas, was 81,000 fans at Clemson's University's Memorial Stadium, and that was in April of this year, setting a banana ball record, while their biggest weekend attendance was a combined 148,000 people at Bank of America Stadium, which is the Carolina Panthers' home stadium. And that was back in June, making history for a Banana Ball World Tour event. But even with that being said, the reason why I'm talking about this is just for the simple fact that normally tickets would be reasonably priced. And, you know, just figure going to a Cubs or Sox game, right? 50, 60 bucks per ticket, depending on where you sit, maybe 100, 150 or whatever. So 150 being, you know, right behind home plate. Now, with that being said, those tickets, those $150 tickets, and I'm not exactly sure if this was a legit site or not. So bear with me. But on the secondary market, for apparently those that have already, made it through the lottery, got their tickets, those $150, $200 tickets, those are being sold for about $3,000 a pop for one ticket. That's a little messed up bull smurf right there, if you ask me. But, since the secondary market is the secondary market, they could go ahead and charge whatever the hell they want. But I can only imagine what kind of show that they will be putting on at Wrigley Field. Now, granted, they don't have the 48,000 seat capacity that the rate does. More along the lines of like 43,000 at Wrigley, give or take a few hundred. But still, it should be a fun time. But I mean, golly, that is going to be some expensive baseball fun and watching. And hopefully, I'll be able to take part of it in the upcoming year. Got a lot of things that I'm looking forward to in this new year. I want to talk a little bit about it on the other side after this top of the hour break. I am your host of Big Top Sports. I'm Derrick Geyer. You are listening to WRMN 1410 AM. And I'm going to be talking some White Sox baseball when we return. Not only the fact that they had the lottery today, but we also had in studio this morning the new hitting coach of the Chicago White Sox, Derrick Geyer, along with his partner, Megan Biebel. Big Top Sports.
Real talent is defined by what people can do, not where they learn to do it. So by stopping at the education section of a resume, you might throw away the perfect hire. You might miss someone who has valuable skills to offer to help your business thrive right now and in the future. Because the truth is this: Skills First Hiring helps you see talent others miss, like more than 70 million stars, skilled through alternative routes. When you let their story unfold, you gain a competitive advantage, because hiring managers who start with skills are 60% more likely to find a successful hire. See the real person, complete. See what others miss. Hire skills first. Learn why it's a competitive advantage at tearthepaperceiling.org. Brought to you by Opportunity at Work and the Ad Council.
Your hometown radio station since 1949. We are WRMN AM 1410, Elgin time, 7 o'clock.
I'm Trey Westerberg on 1410 WRMN Elgin, proudly serving the Fox River Valley. This update brought to you by Hot Hands. A historic house in downtown Plainfield will be transformed into a bed and breakfast style property for guests of sanctuary events. The village board unanimously approved the special use permit for the 1841 manor at 24044 West Main Street. Rentals will be limited to parties attending events at sanctuary, with one group of up to 10 guests allowed at a time. The first floor will feature a king bedroom and bathroom, while the second floor will have 4 bedrooms and 1 bathroom. Staff will include a property manager, housekeeping, and a guest experience coordinator. Owners say the manor will complement their event venue and hope to pursue landmark designation in the future. Batavia city officials have opened a temporary warming center at the police station of North Island Avenue in response to the extreme cold advisory. The center, open until noon, is available to elderly residents, families with young children, and others at higher risk from freezing temperatures. Officials caution that the center does not offer sleeping, hygiene, or food storage facilities. Visitors should also check in via the vestibule phone. Residents are also being urged to exercise caution outdoors, especially those with health conditions or mobility challenges, as dangerously cold weather continues across the area. Starting January 1st, hundreds of new Illinois laws will take effect, many impacting health and wellness. Insurance companies will now be required to cover brand name drugs when generics are unavailable, menopause health visits, infertility treatments, colonoscopies, and advanced breast imaging. Elgin will hold its second public meeting on the Accessible Streets and Sidewalks Plan Thursday, December 11th from 5:30 to 7 p.m. at the center of Elgin, 100 Symphony Way. Residents can review proposed projects, provide feedback on priority routes, and help shape the city's plan to improve accessibility. A survey is also open through Christmas online. I'm Trey Westerberg on 1410 WRMN Elgin, proudly serving the Fox River Valley.
Kohl's Customer Appreciation Event is here, right in time for the gift exchange. Even though everyone pretends gifting isn't a competition, it kinda is. At Kohl's, save on gifts everyone will fight over. From sweaters and flannels to air fryers, toaster ovens, and more. Because deep down, the gift exchange isn't just about giving. It's also about winning. Shop Kohl's and save on top gifts now. Select styles, some exclusions apply. Offers end December 14th. See store or Kohls.com for details.
Wesley Financial Group is not a law firm.
I'm Chuck McDowell, founder of Wesley Financial Group. Did you buy a timeshare because they told you it was a great investment? That's a lie. Most timeshares can be bought online for $1. To find out what your timeshare is worth and to cancel it, call us today and we'll send you our timeshare exit kit free with all your options for cancellation.
Call Wesley for your free exit info guide. 800-885-3333. That's 800-885-3333.
I'm Trey Westerberg on 1410 WRMN Elgin, proudly serving the Fox River Valley. This update brought to you by Hot Hands. The Geneva City Council will meet today to consider 2 ballot questions. The first would ask voters in March 2026 to approve $59.4 million in bonds for public safety facilities, including a new police station, with funds also available for fire stations. The second measure seeks council approval to educate residents on home rule status, which would give the city greater local governance powers, with voter approval planned no later than November 2028. Illinois State Police released November's alcohol countermeasure enforcement results for Cook, DuPage, Kane, and Will counties. Officers issued 206 total citations, including 2 DUI arrests, 82 speed violations, 22 insurance violations, and 13 driver's license offenses. The ACE patrols aim to reduce impaired driving, which contributes to nearly half the fatal crashes in the state. Officers also handed out 41 written warnings during the enforcement period. CDC vaccine advisors have voted to end the long-standing recommendation that all newborns receive the hepatitis B vaccine within 24 hours of birth, suggesting it start at 2 months for babies born to mothers who test negative. The decision still needs approval.
This is Sarah Silver with your Fox Valley forecast, brought to you by Hot Hands, America's favorite hand warmers. Tonight, rain before 4 a.m., then a chance of snow between 4 a.m. and 5 a.m., then rain and snow likely. Cloudy with a low around 30. Gusty winds up to 35 miles per hour. Looking ahead to Wednesday, snow with mostly cloudy skies and a high near 32. Currently, it is 33 degrees and overcast. I'm Sarah Silver on the Talk of the Town, WRMN.
The holidays are back at Starbucks, so share the season with a peppermint mocha. Starbucks signature espresso, velvety mocha, and cool peppermint notes, topped with whipped cream and dark chocolate curls. Together is the best place to be at Starbucks.
Find what you love and love what you find. A Total Wine and More. There's so much waiting for you.
With the lowest prices for over 30 years, find what you love only at Total Wine and More. Drink.
My name is Ariel. I moved to the U.S. at 19. I spoke no English and I struggled finding job opportunities. Everything I have, I owe to the Adult Literacy Center and getting my high school diploma at age 22.
It was an honor helping you achieve your greatness. Now you're helping others achieve theirs. It inspires me.
When you graduate, they graduate. Find free and supportive adult education centers near you at finishyourdiploma.org. Brought to you by Dollar General Literacy Foundation and the Ad Council.
When I never graduated from high school, I realized I wanted to go back to school because I didn't want to work these back-breaking jobs the rest of my life. With the help of my father and having my son, that was all the motivation that I needed to come back to school. I felt accomplished, made me feel that I could take on whatever challenges life throws at you.
Find free adult education classes near you at finishyourdiploma.org.
Ladies and gentlemen, step on inside. It's Big Top Sports, your thrilling ride. From the Chicagoland to lands afar. With Derrick Geyer, your sports czar. The game's the place from field to rink. Hot debates, fast takes, no time to blink. The Windy City roar, the fans ignite. Your circus of sports under radio light. Big Time Sports, feel the roar. Where the wild games come to score. Guiding the sports band from the heart of Chicagoland.
And welcome back into Big Top Sports on WRMN 1410 AM with yours truly, Derrick Geyer. I found my button again. It's working. Oh, I'm so happy. I'm so happy. I'm so happy. All right. As I mentioned, before I went to break, had the distinct pleasure of meeting a couple of people this morning on the WRMN's morning show with Susie C. and Elliot the L Train Serrano. I'm going to pull it up here on Facebook. And don't worry, if you're not on the Tube of Views, I will give it a... I'll give it a description, but you could see me on youtube.com at WRMN Radio. You could also call in at 847-931-1410. That's 847-931-1410. Or text in at 505-926-1410. That's 505-926-1410. But if you are watching on YouTube and you didn't already know about this, go to WRMN 1410 Radio's Facebook page. Dummy, I'm looking right at the screen right here, right now. That's all right. So, as guests, we had on this morning Derek Showman and Megan Bible. They are both the president and vice president, respectively, of Athletes Headquarters Foundation. Now, this is a foundation where they go ahead and with anything that you are looking to do sports-wise, they are giving back to the community. And, oh yeah, by the way, Derrick Geyer, he's also the new Chicago White Sox hitting coach as well. You know, they hired him back in on November 11th-ish. I say November 11th-ish because, you know, I completely and totally missed that mark. But the reason why I'm bringing this up is because, and I will do that over here. Okay. So the reason why I'm talking about this and I am bringing it up is they are going to have an event on December 20th where this is going to be hitting based. So if you have a youngster that is 12, 13 years old, all the way up to like 18U, then, and you want to give him the treat of being able to talk with a professional hitting coach, not only that, but to also talk with other big leaguers as well, then this is what you need to do. The event is, as I said, will be on December 20th from 10 a.m. to 3 p.m. at Athletes Headquarters in Elgin. And that's going to be at 1005 North Randall Road in Elgin. And what is going to happen is this is your chance to enhance your hitting skills while supporting a great cause. Participation requires a $125 donation. All proceeds go to benefit youth throughout the Athletes Headquarters Foundation. This is where they go ahead and they take slightly used or maybe even really worn athletic gear, and they take all forms of athletic gear, whether it be gym shoes, cleats, bats, gloves, batting gloves. Oh, yes. And the more expensive sport out there, hockey. They also take in that used gear as well. So what it does is they are able to go ahead, refurbish it, get it out there to the less fortunate athletes, youth athletes out there, to help them out and to feel like they are a part of the community and team. And you will also get the hitting clinic, but you will also get you will also get a special chance to learn from their VIP special instructors who will share their expertise and techniques to help elevate your game, or in essence, your sons and or daughters' game. So part of the organization, or I'm sorry, the foundation here is what sets the Athletes Headquarters Foundation apart is its holistic approach to eliminating the barriers that keep so many children from participating in sports. The foundation's mission is not just about competition, it's about inclusion, health, and building a sense of belonging. There are lessons and camps. There are coaching and mentorships. Of course, there's going to be the equipment assistance, promoting health and wellness. And it's not just physical health, it's mental health as well. Dealing with the stuff that the kids these days Hell, myself, I'm still a kid. I still consider myself a kid. But you're also talking about dealing with the pandemic of inactivity, that is exacerbated by technology and the socioeconomic challenges. Not only that, but leading to higher rates of obesity, anxiety, and preventable chronic illness. Because, well, if you know, and if you have kids, or if you have nieces or nephews, you know that their face is buried in that thing called an electronic, whether it be an iPad, computer, or phone, or whatever. That is their life blood right there, right? But it's also the Athletes Headquarters Foundation is also about building a community, inspiring change, looking to the future. And in talking with Derrick and in talking with Megan, this is a very cool opportunity. I can't let the cat out of the bag too much, but I can say this about their event. It is going to be on Saturday, December 20th. It is going to be at the Athletes HQ in Elgin. You go ahead, you get a ticket. Here, let me click on that one again. There's going to be 2 sessions. There's going to be 9U to 13U. That is going to be from 10 until noon, with an hour break in between. And then they're going to start up again at 1 p.m. And that is going to be 14U to 18U. And that's from 1 to 3. All I can say is, I wish this was around when I was first playing baseball and playing high school ball, to get an understanding of like what it is to, one, how to improve my game, how to extend my playing career, what avenue to take as far as getting into maybe a Division III school, or getting a full ride, or hell, maybe going out and playing some summer ball where actual Major League Baseball scouts were. And let me just say, talking with Derrick, and I still can't believe that I was talking to, the new, I still can't believe that I was talking to the Chicago White Sox hitting coach. It was an absolute, and I'm having a hard time actually putting it into words, which I know is bad because I'm on the radio right now. But the way that he was talking about hitting, and I was thoroughly fascinated, enjoying it, and the way that he is attacking it, the way that he first started out in Minnesota, then went to the Marlins, now he's with the Chicago White Sox. It's going to be a fun time. It is going to be. Now, don't get me wrong. It's still going to be a struggle bus of a year for the Chicago White Sox. But if with Derek Showman as the new hitting coach, and the way that he was talking about hitting, and I will have him on Big Top Sports here on WRMN 1410 AM. I will book him as a guest, and you'll get to hear what I heard. And it made me want to get, oh my goodness, it made me want to grab a bat. It made me want to get into the batting cage. Hell, play a game of baseball that I have not played in, oh my goodness, so long, so long. But it got me excited. It got me jacked up. And hell, it's the middle of Chicago Bears season, damn it. And I want to go out there and I want to play ball. Oh, very exciting stuff. Very exciting stuff. But as I said, you're currently listening to Big Top Sports here on WRMN 1410 AM with yours truly. Back on the other side of this break.
As veterans, we're no strangers to helping others.
It's what we were taught, trained, and told to do.
It could be for anything. Helping a friend move.
Listening to a fellow veteran for hours, at any hour of the day.
Or just simply making time for people. A neighbor, a loved one, or even a stranger.
We're often the first to help others. There's no question about it.
But we do have one question for the veterans listening.
When was the last time you reached out for help?
Perhaps it's time to do for yourself what you would do for others.
If you or someone you know needs resources, whether it's for stress, finances, employment, or mental health, don't wait. Reach out.
Find more information at va.gov/reach. That's va.gov/reach.
Brought to you by the United States Department of Veterans Affairs and the Ad Council.
Looking for a seed buying experience that's more humanized? Ready to trade a company that's oversized for an independent brand that's right-sized? Searching for elite hybrids that have been optimized, tested in your geography, and localized? Did we run out of words that rhyme, so now we have to use metaphysicized? Maybe so. But if you answered yes to any of these questions, then it's probably time you get Wiffleized. Choose Wiffles hybrids this season, and let's get familiarized.
Start your weekend right with Dino's Night Out, Fridays from 2 to 4 p.m. on WRMN 1410 AM. Dino covers what's hot across the Fox Valley, from live shows to food fests and everything in between. Proudly sponsored by the legendary Arcada Theater at 105 East Main Street in St. Charles. Your home for unforgettable concerts, comedy, and more. Tune in on WRMN 1410 AM or stream at WRMN1410.com. Dino's Night Out, your guide to the weekend vibe.
Hi, I'm Ryan Blaney, a third-generation race car driver, and we dedicate a lot of our time to going as fast as possible. My grandpa Lou is the reason why my dad and I started racing, and I'm really proud to follow in his tracks. But when my grandpa was diagnosed with Alzheimer's, it was a very unexpected bump in the road for us. I've learned a lot on this journey with my grandpa Lou, and the memories of my grandpa will always be with me. It's important to notice if older family members are acting differently, experiencing problems with their memory, or having trouble with routine tasks. Talking about Alzheimer's can be really tough. But if you notice something, have a conversation with your loved one. Encourage them to see a doctor or offer to go with them. Early detection of Alzheimer's can give your family time to explore support services, make a plan for the future, and access available treatments. The Alzheimer's Association provides care, support, and research to help you take control of the situation with your family and manage the disease together. If you or your family are noticing changes, it could be Alzheimer's. Talk about seeing a doctor together. Visit alz.org/time to talk. A message from the Alzheimer's Association and the Ad Council.
All right, and welcome back to Big Top Sports here on WRMN 1410 AM with yours truly, Derrick Geyer, and I'm just going to continue the Chicago White Sox talk because if you didn't already know, WRMN is home of the Chicago White Sox and a Good Karma brand affiliate. And with that being said, you could hear all of 2026 home and away, all the White Sox games, really, almost all the home and away games, really, on WRMN. But the reason why I am bringing this up is because finally, The Rock has come back. Oh, no. Yeah, well... So there was this thing called the Major League Draft Lottery this afternoon. And your Chicago White Sox have secured the number 1 overall pick in the 2026 MLB draft after winning the lottery today. Now, because they had such the highest odds in potentially winning this draft lottery, well, that's because their record was 60-102 last season. Well, which will account for their 27.73% chance of getting that first draft. That is, or first draft pick that it will be held in Philadelphia in July of 2026. So rebuilding. And right now, kind of anything's up in the air for the Chicago White Sox, and they could go in any which direction they want to. I know over the course of the past few years, they've gone, pitching because they know what they're looking for as far as the pitching. But something tells me that they might go with the bopper. They might go with someone with the bat to go along with, the likes of Colson, Montgomery, and Kyle Teal. And, I honestly, you're probably not going to see the number one draft pick for another couple of years after that. Hell, you might not even see baseball for a couple of years after this. With the looming lockout in 2027 after the 2026 season, obviously. That's how it works. 2026, then 2027. But yeah. But there is a lot. I'm encouraged. I got that jolt going into me, if you will. The future is looking up. And after last season with the Chicago White Sox, really, the future is looking up. I don't know if it's less than 100 loss season up, but, if there's, you got the young players, you got the new hitting coach, you got the new pitching coach. So they're looking to do a culture change. And with anything we know, being Chicago Bears fans, let's be honest, being a Chicago sports fan, these rebuilds never, ever go as smoothly and as quickly as we want them to, right? They just don't happen. But still, it is looking better. It is looking up. Because let's just see. White Sox, hot stove. I'm just hoping that there's something to glean on or the winter meetings because, there's a whole heck of a lot of signings that are going on as far as the winter meetings are concerned. You got Bam Bam going off. I'm not going off. He's going back to Philadelphia. That was, that was something that was pretty good for him. He deserves it. I still wish he was a Chicago Cub, man. And, then there was the whole, Willie or won't he? Willie or won't he sign with the Chicago White Sox? Well, he won't. That's unfortunate. But I will continue talking a little bit about Major League Baseball, talking about the hot stove, and anything to keep me away from cold steel on ice and or the hardwood, because oof, I say. It's kind of a painful week. Considering the fact that you had all three Chicago teams lose on Sunday. And not just lose. Well, Bulls and Blackhawks spectacularly lose. Bears, that was okay. But I am Derrick Geyer. You are currently listening to Big Top Sports on WRMN 1410 AM.
I'm Trey Westerberg on 1410 WRMN Elgin, proudly serving the Fox River Valley. This update brought to you by Progressive. Batavia city officials have opened a temporary warming center at the police station of North Island Avenue in response to the extreme cold advisory. The center, open until noon, is available to elderly residents, families with young children, and others at higher risk from freezing temperatures. Officials caution that the center does not offer sleeping, hygiene, or food storage facilities. Visitors should also check in via the vestibule phone. Residents are also being urged to exercise caution outdoors, especially those with health conditions or mobility challenges, as dangerously cold weather continues across the area. Starting January 1st, hundreds of new Illinois laws will take effect, many impacting health and wellness. Insurance companies will now be required to cover brand-name drugs when generics are unavailable, menopause health visits, infertility treatments, colonoscopies, and advanced breast imaging. Elgin will hold its second public meeting on the Accessible Streets and Sidewalks Plan Thursday, December 11th from 5:30 to 7 p.m. at the center of Elgin, 100 Symphony Way. Residents can review proposed projects, provide feedback on priority routes, and help shape the city's plan to improve accessibility. A survey is also open through Christmas Online. A historic house in downtown Plainfield will be transformed into a bed and breakfast style property for guests of sanctuary events. The village board unanimously approved the special use permit for the 1841 manor at 24044 West Main Street. Rentals will be limited to parties attending events at sanctuary, with one group of up to 10 guests allowed at a time. The first floor will feature a king bedroom and bathroom, while the second floor will have 4 bedrooms and 1 bathroom. Staff will include a property manager, housekeeping, and a guest experience coordinator. Owners say the manor will complement their event venue and hope to pursue landmark designation in the future. I'm Trey Westerberg on 1410 WRMN Elgin, proudly serving the Fox River Valley.
With Fidelity Wealth Management, a dedicated advisor gets to know you and your goals to build a comprehensive plan to help grow and protect your wealth. Backed by a team of specialists, they'll analyze all your accounts, even the ones they don't manage, to keep an eye on taxes and provide proactive portfolio insights that can help you unlock your wealth's full potential. Learn more at fidelity.com/wealth. Investment minimums apply. Fidelity Brokerage Services, LLC. Member NYSE SIPC.
Thanks to Total Wine, you saved more on all the gifts for the ones you adore. Wines and beers all nestled on shelves. Got some advice from our helpful elves. Oh, so many gifts to explore when you go to Total Wine and more. Bottles so delightful, whoa. Price so amazingly low.
With the lowest prices for over 30 years, you'll always find what you love and love what you find. Only at Total Wine and More.
Drink responsibly, B21.
There's a price war in the insurance business, and you may be paying too much. Call the Term Lifeline right now and see if you can save 40%. $500,000 plans and up, that's our specialty. Even great smokers' rates. Protect your family today. Call the Term Lifeline right now for a free quote. 866-509-TERM. 866-509-TERM. 866-509-TERM.
10 athletes will face the toughest job interview in fitness that will push past physical and mental breaking points. You are the fittest of the fit. Only one of you will leave here with an iFit contract for $250,000.
This is when mindset comes in.
Someone will be eliminated.
Pressure is coming down.
This is Trainer Games.
Watch it on Prime Video starting January 8th.
This is Will Walker with your Fox Valley forecast. Brought to you by Hot Hands, America's favorite hand warmers. Tonight, rain before 4 a.m., then a chance of snow between 4 a.m. and 5 a.m., then rain and snow likely. Cloudy with a low around 30. Windy with gusts up to 35 miles per hour. Currently, it is 33 degrees and overcast. With your Fox Valley forecast, I'm Will Walker on WRMN, the talk of the town.
The holidays are back at Starbucks, so share the season with a peppermint mocha. Starbucks signature espresso, velvety mocha, and cool peppermint notes, topped with whipped cream and dark chocolate curls. Together is the best place to be at Starbucks.
Find what you love and love what you find at Total Wine and More. There's so much waiting for you.
With the lowest prices for over 30 years, find what you love only at Total Wine & More. Drink responsibly, B21.
Ladies and gentlemen, step on inside. It's Big Top Sports, your thrilling ride. Big Top Sports, feel the roar. Where the wild games come to score. Geyer guiding the sports band from the heart of Chicagoland. Football frenzy and hoops so high. Baseball swinging as seasons fly. Hockey blades cutting swift and true. Sports carousel spinning just for you. Big Top Sports, feel the roar. Where the wild games come to score. Geyer guiding the sports band from the heart of Chicagoland.
And welcome back into Big Top Sports here on WRMN 1410 AM with yours truly, Derrick Geyer. And as the temperatures are starting to dip below freezing, and we'll really get there this weekend with the wind chill probably in the negative 10 to 20 range-ish. Oh, good, great googly moogly. Well, it seems the MLB hot stove is heating up somewhat. Well, why do I say that? Well, as far as I know for today and looking it up, you have former New York Mets closer Edwin Diaz. You know, the guy with the trumpet song? Yeah, him. The guy that kind of like tweaked his leg during the World Baseball Classic a few years or so ago, celebrating or jumping off the mound. Yeah, him. Well, he signed a 3-year, $69 million deal today. Guess with who? The L.A. Dodgers. So let's see. 3 years, $69 million. So that's what, $23 million. No, that's not quite. 26 point whatever million dollars a season. So that is what apparently an elite closer is going to be making. And hell, the evil empire, the LA Dodgers. Well, they're just going to keep on tossing money out at everyone. And, well, they're going to take it. And they're going to try and make another super team. And they're going to try to go back to back to back as World Series champions. And in other news, you've got Kyle Bam Schwarber. Yeah, Bam, Kyle Schwarber. Well, he's getting his 5-year, $150 million deal from the Philadelphia Phillies. So that's easy math there. That's $30 million a year for 5 years. Yeah, that's pretty damn good work if you could get it. I mean, that's kind of like the money that you would expect when you blast off, 56 home runs in a season and, drive in over 120 RBIs in a season. So now there are, so what's going to be going on for the rest of the league? Who is going to be looking for what? I mean, because, well, And I'm not exactly sure how likely it was for the Cincinnati Reds or the Pittsburgh Pirates or whomever else, to be going after Schwarber. Well, maybe it was just one of those moves where the Reds and the Pirates were like, yeah, we'd like him. Well, hell yeah, we'd like him too. Oh, $150 million? Oh, we don't like him that much. I mean, for one of those teams, the Pirates, who have been notoriously cheap, absolutely cheap, and, unwilling to retain their own talent because, I mean, let's face it, there are a handful of teams in baseball where it's a feeding ground for the likes of the Dodgers, the Mets, the Yankees, the Sox, the Red Sox, not the White Sox, Until I am proven wrong, not the White Sox. But, yeah, it's where those teams, they cultivate the talent, they trade away the talent, or they bungle away the talent and not sign any other talent. But, yeah, I mean, it's just it's a Smurf show with some of these. And because right now, here, how much does a MLB team make before the 2026 season even starts? So with that being said, MLB teams have already committed massive amounts of player salary. That's probably not what I was looking for there, you stupid thing. How much does MLB teams make before the revenue? How much does... the voices in my head, they took over. They're laughing at me right now. They're going, you're such a maroon. You're so stupid. STOOPID. And, yeah, I would be kind of inclined to agree with them at this point. Because I can't even phrase this. Anyway, media rights. Because, I mean, make no mistake about it. Each team is going to get, somewhere, here it is. So let's see. ESPN is paying $550 million. NBC is paying $200 million. Netflix is paying $50 million. Wow. And so roughly $800 million in revenue media rights, right? Yeah, I know. Here to clickety clack. With that being said, $800 million divided by 30 teams. And that is basically what you're going to get as far as the revenue that each team is going to be getting before the season even starts. And that is, that is quite the purse to take. Although, with that being said, so how can these teams not afford to make a competitive team and effort out of it? Which is the main reason why there's going to be a lockout in 2027. And whoops, didn't mean to do that. Because, well, they don't want to spend all the money and everything that they're making and putting away under their mattress or however it's going to go. Owners, I mean, with the exorbitant price tags going up, but then you're also talking the media rights. The exorbitant price tags for the players going up. You're talking about media rights for all 30 teams getting their revenue. You're talking about gate, which is basically you go to a game, you pay a ticket, and you get, your seat. That's the gate. Concessions, all that fun stuff. And with the looming lockout and owners arguing against owners on who's going to be keeping what and how they're going to be restricting contracts, whether there's going to be a salary cap, whether there's going to be a salary floor with the minimum spending, whether or not, so basically like the NHL, basically like the NBA, the NFL. But with this being said, how in the hell are they going to combat 40 million, 50 million? Hell, I think Juan Soto has a $60 million a year contract, which is absolutely insane. What? Those biggish contracts are going to be grandfathered in? And you're going to tell, other players that, that they can't make that much money, even though the owners are going to be making money hand over fist? And a prime example here, let me look this up real quick again. MLB made how much in 2025? And let's see. Team sponsorship revenue hitting a record $2.05 billion. That's not a bad sum of money to make in a year, right? And then you're talking an average team, the cost to buy an average team, not even a top tier team, an average, so middle of the road, 15, 16. They are ranked around $2.6 billion. I mean, hell, you don't have to look very far to see how much money the Chicago White Sox has. $30 million, I believe. $2.6 billion now. I'm pretty sure my figures are wrong on that, but that's all right. But, I mean, and then you're talking the New York Yankees being at the very top of the list at $8 billion. Of course, they do have their own Yes Network. So there's that. But, hey, why not stop a season, or why not stop the business that is giving you all of these golden eggs? And that right there just doesn't make a damn bit of sense whatsoever. But hey, I'm just Derrick Geyer. You're just listening to Big Top Sports on WRMN 1410 AM. Final break coming up. Be back on the other side.
Looking to buy or sell a home in Chicagoland? Need trusted legal help with real estate, evictions, or estate planning? Turn to Guthrie & Brady, the happy lawyers serving the greater Chicago area since 1965. With over 50 years of experience, they handle titles and deeds, foreclosures, landlord-tenant issues, wills, trusts, and more. Appointments available evenings or weekends at their Roselle office or right in your home. Call Guthrie & Brady now at 847-524-1215. That's 847-524-1215. or visit gnblegal.com. Guthrie and Brady, personal, professional, affordable legal services for all of Chicagoland. The happy lawyers since 1965. That's gnblegal.com or 847-524-1215. Guthrie and Brady, trusted legal help made easy, fast, affordable, and experienced. Call today.
Ever tried balancing a dozen eggs in one hand while hopping on one foot? Or maybe juggling cats while riding a unicycle? Sounds ridiculous, right? But guess what? That's exactly what texting while driving is like. Your human brain only has the capacity to focus on one thing at a time. So when you're behind the wheel, give driving your undivided attention.
Don't drive distracted. A message brought to you by the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration, Project Yellow Light, and the Ad Council.
Before the weather gets too cold, it's time to finish up those outdoor jobs. That's why ComEd wants you to know that electricity can jump from a power line to you and to the tools you're using. So maintain a safe distance from any power lines. You can also call ComEd at 1-800-EDISON-1 to have those power lines de-energized the next time you do any work around them. Stay smart, stay safe, stay back. ComEd, powering lives.
Get ready for Around the House every Saturday night from 5 to 7 p.m. on WRMN AM 1410. If you're a homeowner or contractor looking to tackle those projects that feel a bit too big, this is the show for you. Join Eric along with his knowledgeable guests as they dive deep into everything from DIY renovations to creating a healthy home environment. We'll provide you with the tools and tips you need to complete your projects with confidence and ease. But it's not all work and no play. We believe in having fun. Our passion for home improvement shines through as we help you save time, money, and reduce the stress of DIY. So whether you're a seasoned pro or just starting out, don't miss Around the House. Tune in every Saturday night and let's tackle those home projects together.
And welcome back into Big Top Sports with yours truly, Derrick Geyer, on WRMN 1410 AM. And as we are getting towards the end of this show, hey, don't forget, tune in tomorrow morning for Susie C., Elliot the L Train Serrano, and the WRMN Morning Show. Let's see, today's Tuesday, so that would mean tomorrow is going to be what? What is tomorrow? What's tomorrow? Hump Day! Hump Day. So don't forget, go to the WRMN Facebook page, WRMN 1410 Radio Facebook page to be more exact, and check out Susie C's cue of the day for tomorrow morning. And tomorrow morning, it is going to be Let's Hear Weird Wednesday. And it is going to be Weird Christmas Food Edition. Man, Weird Christmas Food Edition. Weird Christmas food. What? Okay, I got one. I'll just put it out there right now. And so back in the day, and I think it was done more along the lines of New Year's Eve, New Year's Day, or when New Year's went into New Year's Day, New Year's Eve went into New Year's Day. And it was they being my grandmother, my uncle, my cousins, they would get a bottle of pickled herring. And what they would do is they would take money out of their pocket. They would put it down on the table, and they would, because, hey, if you're, old wives' tale, I don't even know what it is or whatever, but from the best of my recollection, if you put money down on the table and then you ate the pickled herring without spitting it out, then you were going to be making buku dollars in the upcoming year. So that is one of those weird Christmas food things that I remember. Because typically speaking, mom would be baking. I mean, and we're talking like, geez, at least a dozen different dessert type items, whether it be like cupcakes, cookies, chocolate chip cookies, Christmas cookies, which are basically chocolate chip cookies, but they have the green and red M&Ms in them. God, fudge bars, you name it. My mom would bake it. And then my dad would be making his lasagna, if you will. Oh, so good, so delicious. I'm making myself hungry right now. Then there would also be brisket. There would be, just so many different good food items. Boiled shrimp cocktail, delicious. So I don't really know, too many other weird food items or whatever. And if I'm not mistaken, there are some worms or maggots in that bowl that, Susie C has posted on. So definitely weird Christmas food items or addition for the WRMN morning show. Oh, my goodness. I will be back in studio tomorrow. Same bat time, same bat channel, 6 to 8. But don't forget, you also have the community hour from 9 to 10. Then you have the news hour from 10 to 11. And from 11 to 1, it is Out to Lunch with Matt McNeil. What's Cooking follows that from 1 to 2. You got... Maybe you got Talk Time with Tammy from 2 to 4. And a political talk show with Sonar. That is Dennis Sonar Green from 4 to 5. And then maybe more news hour from 5 to 6. And then, of course, I will be bringing up the rear with Big Top Sports. Not exactly sure if one of my main co-hosts, will be in studio tomorrow. Still waiting word on that, but that would be no. That would be Bob Mariner, and I'm sure he's going to have some updates as far as NASCAR goes. So I will be posting that on the Facebook page to let everyone know what is going on. And but too bad, so sad. Fighting Irish, not in the football, college playoffs, whatever. Take your ball, go all the way back to South Bend, have Touchdown Jesus bless it for you. And, Jalen Hurts, or hell, more apropos, Philadelphia Eagles have not been looking the same since the Dallas Cowboys come back and stunned them. So there's that. Good night, y'all, on the YouTube.com at WRMN Radio. You're currently listening to Big Top Sports here on WRMN 1410 AM.
Elgin isn't just a city. It's a community built on connection, innovation, and opportunity. And at the heart